call my doctor, my personal doctor. You can't go back to work. You're still, you have problems breathing. I said, yes.
And contagious.
And I'm contagious. They don't care about that. Trust me. That's a whole nother. I don't want to talk about that right now. And
the funny thing is, not to interrupt, but the 100.9 temperature, people are doing temperature checks at doors or asking about coughing. And like, those are the surveys that you take before going into the dentist or like, at least in Florida around here. Yeah. And you can be positive with COVID and not have a fever, like that's a high temperature, and not have a cough, but still have the COVID. Like, that's amazing.
My average temperature was about 98, 99, which is not a fever. Right.
A lot of kids get that when teething, or we get that when we're just fighting a bug, so to speak, but not definitely virus.
Yeah. So it came to the point where he was harassing me so much to go back to work. I said, well, I'm going for an x-ray, because I don't, and he goes, okay, well, I'll agree with that. You can go for an x-ray. So that was on a Thursday. Went for the x-ray. Friday comes, the x-ray comes back absolutely horrible. Even the doctor was like, you need to call your doctor, because I sent to him first and then to my doctor.
What kind of x-ray of your lungs?
Chest x-ray. And which only showed, just dark masses in the x-ray. It didn't show exactly what was going on. So my doctor gets it. She says, we're gonna rush you to a CAT scan, which weekend came. So Monday morning I go for a CAT scan. So an hour after CAT scan, she calls me and she goes, don't go home, go straight to the hospital. You're really jacked up bad. And so that was the beginning of the hospitalization. I get to the hospital. They sent me to the military tent hospital on the other side of campus at Stony Brook, which is University Hospital. So at the ER, they're not letting nobody in. They're sending everybody to the military ER tent. And so you're getting cleared by military and state doctors.
This is New York City, right? New York.
No, this is in Long Island.
But New York.
And the ER was going to send me home. The ER doctor said, well, I'm going to send you home, and when the breathing gets worse, you come back. I was like, wow, okay. I found that very odd. But now when you get into the system, the system goes to all, it's an automatic notification to all the doctors that are on your team if you're in that system. So my transplant doctor called in and he said, you're not sending him home. He's already admitted. I already admitted him as soon as he checked into the ER. So he said, you're going to be at least here to 5 to 6 days minimum. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to the hospital. The doctors are like, and what you hear from the hospital is it's almost like a 50% death rate. So my mind is really jacked up at the time. My mind is really screwed up bad. And and I was like, well, I have nothing, and I need to go home. So you can't go home. You have to go straight there. And I was like, so I drove to the military tents. I said, okay, so I took upon myself to drive home and say goodbye to everybody. Like goodbye.
Wow.
And we all knew that might have been the final goodbye. It was a real dark place, real bad moment.
You said goodbye to your daughter and your wife and things like that?
Yeah, everybody. Really? Everybody. And just grabbed what I needed, laptop, computers, everything, and just took it to the hospital. They're calling me left and right. Where are you? I didn't pick up the phone. What are you going to do? So I get to the ER, and I'm the only person in the emergency room. The only person. I'm figuring like all these things going on. You see all these horrible stories. I'm the only person in the emergency room, and they take me in and they bring them to the COVID floor, which is actually a cancer floor, because of the COVID. Being and I'm autoimmune. I have no immunization because I have not immunization.
Immune system.
I have no immune system because of the anti-rejection pills I'm on for the kidney transplant. That's why they were like, this is going to kill you.
So the COVID patients are mixed in with the cancer patients?
Yeah, because cancer patients have no immune system.
But that's backwards, isn't it?
No, because cancer is an autoimmune issue as well. So the whole floor was either COVID and cancer. The one I was on was COVID and cancer. I'm not sure about any other floors.
Wouldn't they be more likely to catch it?
I don't know. That's not. That's not.
Or they just wanted everyone that's severe on the same floor, something like that.
I guess so. I don't know.
Does it make sense?
All I know is I was locked in an empty room by myself for 6 days. And the doctors wouldn't even come in. The doctors would call from outside the room. One doctor came in the morning to take my vitals and leave. They never came in the room. That's how bad. That's how scared the doctors were. The nurses always came in. They were wonderful, but the doctors called from outside the room. Everybody called from outside the room. So it was a very lonely 5 6. No visitors, no nothing. Actually, one nurse really went out of her way because you couldn't get any packages, no nothing. And she went out of her way to meet everybody downstairs to bring me like snacks and stuff. Because like there's only one certain meal all day long.
I saw some. You showed me some of your gourmet meals.
Oh my God!
You're like, Tiffany, don't even mess with it. Yeah, you're gourmet, like one hard-boiled egg or one steak sandwich. We'll get to that in a second. But the recovery coming from that, it gets a lot more real right now, especially with what we're going through. And I want you to continue. I want Lana to continue, but it's time for our second break. And give us a second to recover because I'm getting kind of teary-eyed myself. And we'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
If you are like most people, you worry with the financial challenges you face today. How do you protect your family from financial ruin? How will you reduce your liabilities and get out of debt sooner? And how can you deal effectively with the constant changes in your job, your career, and your business? Overcoming your financial challenges is like building a house. You must build from the ground up. You must learn how to make more money, save more money, grow your money, and protect your money. Forever Forward Financial specializes in teaching you these 4 basic money skills so you can achieve your dreams and end your worry. Call us today and schedule your complimentary no-obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns. Call Scott Bigley at 727-422-7761.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American Odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, welcome back, and thanks for tuning in. This is Moments of Clarity. My name is Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And I'm just going to reintroduce Pete Othman, who just surviving COVID. And I'm not going to summarize everything. We can start over the show. It's worth re-listening to anyway. Pete is such a hero in so many ways. And I want to welcome callers. You can call in 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340. So since we have about 13 minutes left, I just want to be able to give you the opportunity to finish where you're at. So you had just said goodbye to your family. The nurses were pretty nice during the COVID floor, and didn't think you're gonna make it out of there, right? I mean,
No, I didn't think it. And this is the kicker of it. Like, you're in there, and people that we haven't spoken to in years. Like, I have 17 brothers and sisters. That's a whole nother show. My dad's married a couple of times, and people I haven't heard from. Like, when my dad passed away, there's a lot of bad blood over money. That's that's just natural with family. So I haven't spoken to them in years, and they're reaching out to me like they all wrote me off. They literally all wrote me off, and that and like, so I'm just waiting for the moment. And,
what do you mean wrote you off? Like say goodbye?
You're gonna, like, you don't hear from people all these years, and they're reaching out to you. It's like, they want to make amends, whatever, because that's their last chance. That's what it felt like. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And when I got there, this is what they do is they make sure you have FaceTime. You're able to FaceTime your family. I said, why? He goes, because they're not gonna be able to say goodbye to you when it's time. So that sucked. And then I get a phone call from a chaplain, like the second day in. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you, man. It's like everybody's just writing you off, like, because they know how real this is. And I'm finding out, and while I'm in there, my second, third day there, that my friends' mothers are dying. My best friend lost his mother. My other best friend lost his mother and father within 3 days of each other on the same floor in the same hospital. And it's just happening everywhere. My neighbor lost their father. And it's just happening. It's happening. And now he's just waiting for it. That's my mindset. I was just waiting for it. There was 3 days where I didn't turn the TV or the light on. And they called the psych to call me. Like, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. I'm just, just in my place right now. I was on my phone here and there, but, I was in a very dark place. I'm just waiting for it.
Mm-hmm.
And, and the irony is, like, before it hit, like, I was making fun of the virus and stuff like that, because that's how I deal with things. I make light of it, just to get people's mind off of it and to have a good day. You'll never see the side of me in like when I'm really on live or when you talk to me, because I like to uplift people up and keep their mind away from reality, because everybody knows the reality, but it's always nice to not think about it, and that's what I believe music does, and just conversations with people. And I always put it out there. If you have any questions, if you want to talk, I don't care who it is. If I don't even know you, my inbox is always welcome, for you to join. And with the inbox on Facebook, it's also a phone call without being solicited. Like, all right, cool. So I put myself out there to anybody who really wants to discuss anything they're going through. Why not? Why not? It's only time, and we all have time for that. If you don't, I'll call you back or something like that. And so it was a very dark time, and they had me on the hydroxychloroquine treatment.
It's the malaria.
The malaria. So I go to the doctor one morning. I said, what's going on here? I said, what do you guys know about the virus? What's this going to do for me? He goes, we don't know what it's going to do for you. We don't know if it actually works. We don't know if it's time and rest or it's the combination of time, rest, and the medication. There's no clinical data that proves anything. So it's just an experiment, which I'm cool with, because listen, what can happen? Either way, something's going to happen, 50-50 chance, right? So I'm talking to a lot of the nurses. The nurses are amazing. They're giving up all the information. Even the one doctor in the morning, Dr. Christopher, he was awesome. And I was like, what do you guys know about the virus? He goes, we don't know nothing. We don't know how to cure it. The only thing we know is how it kills. That's all they know is how the virus kills. So, with that, I'm like, all right, cool. At least they're being honest with me. They're not giving you any hope that's not there. They're being real about it.
They don't know the symptoms, or they don't know the cure. They were just trying to continue the symptoms.
All they do is treat symptoms. They just treat the symptoms. That's all there is. And only thing I got in the hospital was heparin for blood clotting, and the hydroxychloroquine, and that's all I got. That's all I got. No, and there's nothing they can do. Now you hear the horror stories about people, nurses watching people die. You hear all this thing coming up in the news. That's all they can do. That's all they can do, because what they don't understand about the COVID virus is it's a respiratory, and you can have somebody on a respirator. The misconception is this: the respirator doesn't save anybody. The respirator keeps you alive long enough for your body to fight the virus, and if your body's not strong enough to fight the virus, the respirator is only thing it's going to do is put oxygen through your body that's not oxygenated.
Right. And then you're saying that sometimes when people got off the respirator, they would sing "Here Comes the Sun."